Captain Kim Minho stood at the observation window of Research Station Juno 5. His eyes moved across the endless sea of stars. For 3 months, they had been floating in deep space, searching for an alien object that had disappeared weeks ago. Nothing, just empty space and distant suns. "Captain, we have a signal," said Lieutenant Park Ji-woo. She sat at her control panel, her fingers flying over the screens. "Something just appeared on our sensors. It's coming from the 7th sector." Minho hurried to Ji-woo's station. The radar showed a blinking dot moving toward them. It was big, much bigger than their research station. "All hands to stations," Minho ordered. "Red alert." The alarms rang through the corridors. Crew members ran to their posts. Dr. Lee Soo-jin, the station's main scientist, rushed onto the bridge. "What's happening?" she asked. "We have company," Minho replied, pointing at the main screen. The alien ship appeared slowly. It seemed to grow from nothing, like water taking shape. The vessel looked like nothing humans had ever built. Its surface was smooth and curved, almost like living skin. Parts of it glowed with soft, changing lights. Blue, then purple, then green. It breathed light like a jellyfish in deep ocean. "Open communication channels," Minho commanded. Static filled the air. Then a voice emerged. It was musical, like someone speaking through wind chimes. "Greetings, beings of Earth," the voice said. "I am Zivaneth, ambassador of the Cathari Collective. Your species, it calls to us across the stars." Silence filled the bridge. Every human eye was fixed on the screen. Then patterns of light bloomed across the view screen. Colors danced and merged. The lights formed into a shape, the outline of a female figure, but not quite human. "Do you receive our transmission?" Zivaneth asked. Minho cleared his throat. "This is Captain Kim Minho of Research Station Juno 5. We receive you." "Excellent," the alien responded. "We have traveled far to meet you. Your bodies, they fascinate us greatly." Dr. Lee stepped forward. "Our bodies, what do you mean?" The alien's ship moved closer. Through the translucent parts of its hull, they could see movement. Shapes that looked almost human but different, tall and slender, with skin that changed colors. "May I come aboard?" Zivaneth asked. "There is much to discuss about your remarkable biology." Minho hesitated. First contact protocols were clear. Be cautious. Be ready. But also be open to new discoveries. He looked at his crew. They were nervous but excited. This was history happening. "You may dock at Bay 12, he said finally. The alien ship approached with smooth grace. A tube extended from its side, connecting to the station's airlock. Lights blinked as systems synchronized. Atmosphere checks completed. Ready to receive. "Our guest," reported Park Jae-won from the medical station. The airlock door hissed open. A figure stepped through. She was tall, maybe 7 feet. Her skin was pale blue, shifting to lavender as she moved. Her eyes were large and dark, like pools of starlight. Delicate antennae sprouted from her forehead, twitching gently. She wore no clothes but seemed covered in natural patterns that moved across her skin like tattoos of light. "Welcome to Juno 5, Minho said, extending his hand carefully. Zivaneth looked at his hand with wonder. She raised her own, long fingers, joints that bent in unusual ways. She touched his palm gently. "Remarkable," she whispered. "Such efficient design, 5 digits for manipulation, opposable thumb. The nerve density must be incredible." She touched her own forehead, and suddenly words appeared in everyone's minds, clear and understandable. "Forgive me. Direct neural communication is more intimate, but more accurate for scientific discussion." Dr. Lee moved forward. "Scientific discussion?" "Yes." Zivaneth's antennae vibrated with excitement. "We have studied many species, but humans, your bodies defy our understanding. You survive in environments that kill others. You adapt. You grow stronger through stress. You heal injuries that would be permanent for us." She walked around the bridge, studying each crew member. "Your cardiovascular system alone is fascinating. The way your blood carries oxygen, the redundancy in your vessels, the repair mechanisms." Park Ji-woo shifted uncomfortably as the alien examined her from a distance. "I apologize," Zivaneth said quickly. "I do not mean to make you uncomfortable. It's just, Your species is a biological marvel. We have searched the stars for beings with such adaptability. Why? Asked Dr. Choi Yuna, the assistant medical officer. Because our people are dying, Zyvaneth replied simply. We have a weakness, a flaw in our biology. Exposure to certain radiation types breaks down our cellular structure. We cannot adapt like you do, cannot heal, cannot evolve solutions, she turned to Minho. We need to understand how your bodies work, how you can survive what kills us. Perhaps you can help save our species. The bridge fell silent. First contact had taken an unexpected turn. What started as scientific curiosity revealed itself as something deeper, a species seeking salvation through understanding another's biology. We'll help, Minho said finally. If we can. Zyvaneth's skin rippled with colors of joy and relief. You honor us. I have much to learn from studying your remarkable human bodies. The end Dr. Lee Sujin walked into the medical bay early that morning. She had barely slept thinking about their new visitor. Zyvaneth was already there, standing beside a medical scanner. Her skin glowed a soft yellow, like morning sunlight. Good morning, Sujin said, trying to sound calm. Ready to begin our studies. Zyvaneth's antennae perked up. Most eager, Dr. Lee, your species. I have never encountered such biological versatility. Park Jae-wan entered, carrying his medical kit. As the station's doctor, he would lead the physical examinations. Other crew members followed. Everyone wanted to learn about this strange visitor who seemed so interested in their bodies. First, may I observe your basic functions? Zyvaneth asked. How you breathe, move, react to stimuli? Jae-wan nodded and began basic tests. He took his own pulse, measured blood pressure, demonstrated simple reflexes. Zyvaneth watched everything with intense focus. Incredible, she murmured. Your heart pumps blood through kilometers of vessels. Your lungs extract oxygen with such efficiency. And look at this. She pointed to a screen showing nerve signals. Your nervous system sends messages faster than we thought organic tissue could manage. She reached out tentatively. May I touch? I wish to understand your skin's sensory capabilities. Jae-wan hesitated, then nodded. Zyvaneth's touch was gentle, almost feather-light. Her skin felt warm and slightly rough, like fine sandpaper. Your epidermis responds to temperature, pressure, pain. It heals itself, regenerates constantly. In my species, damaged skin remains damaged forever. Her antennae drooped slightly, turning blue. We do not repair. Over the next few hours, she studied each volunteer. Lieutenant Park Ji-woo flexed her muscles as Zyvaneth marveled at the fibers contracting and relaxing. How you build strength through destruction, Zyvaneth exclaimed. Your muscles tear, then grow back stronger. This is genius, adaptive response to stress. When Dr. Choi Yuna demonstrated stretching exercises, the alien's skin shifted to bright orange with excitement. You modify your own flexibility. Your connective tissues extend, then return. Your bones support weight multiples of your own mass. Your spine curves and straightens without damage. The crew took turns with various tests. Zyvaneth, especially, loved studying their eyes. She examined how pupils dilated in different light, how they tracked movement, how tears protected the surface. Remarkable, she repeated again. Self-lubricating, self-cleaning, capable of detecting millions of colors. Your visual processing center compensates for blind spots automatically. Even your eyelids move countless times daily without conscious thought. During lunch, she watched them eat with fascination. Your digestive system breaks down complex materials into usable energy. You can process poisons that would kill us. Your liver, it cleans toxins from your blood constantly. She observed as technician Won Soo-young drank water. You regulate fluid balance perfectly, sweating to cool, thirst signals to replenish. Your kidneys filter liters daily, pure engineering marvel. The afternoon brought more complex tests. Zyvaneth requested brain scans, chemical analysis of blood, strength, measurements. Each result amazed her more. Your hemoglobin carries oxygen so efficiently, your white blood cells hunt invaders. You have backup systems for nearly every vital function. Her antennae vibrated rapidly. 2 lungs, 2 kidneys, 2 eyes, 2 hemispheres in your brain. Redundancy ensures survival. As she spoke, Her skin flickered between colors. Gold for wonder, green for analytical thinking, pink for admiration. Park Jae-hwan showed her healing in action. He pricked his finger with a needle. "Watch," he said as blood cells quickly clotted. "By the stars," Zyvaneth exclaimed. "Instant response to injury. Proteins form mesh to stop loss. Platelets aggregate. Already new tissue forms underneath." She turned to Dr. Lee Soo-jin. "Your bodies wage war against threats and repair simultaneously. Your immune system remembers enemies, adapts to new ones, creates targeted responses." Soo-jin pulled up displays of white blood cells engulfing bacteria. Zyvaneth's entire body shimmered with excitement. "They learn, they remember, they adapt their attack strategies?" She paced the medical bay, skin rippling with rainbow hues. "This is beyond our science. This is evolution in real time." The Cathari ambassador spent hours more examining scan results. She studied muscle fiber types, bone density variations, neural pathway complexity. "Your brains," she said finally, "process multiple streams of information simultaneously. Emotion, logic, memory, prediction, all integrated. You feel and think at once. For us, these would be separate processes." She looked at the assembled crew. "I came expecting to find biology. Instead, I find art. Your bodies are masterpieces of adaptation. Every system interconnected, backing up others, responding, growing, improving." Zyvaneth's skin settled into a deep purple. "We thought the Cathari were advanced. Our technology, our space travel, our static biology. But your flesh itself, evolves. Your very cells show intelligence." As the first day of studies ended, she made one more observation. "Most fascinating is your variety. Each human slightly different. Unique genetic combinations creating infinite possibilities. Not one template, but countless variations. You are not just remarkable. You are gloriously unpredictable." The end 3 weeks into their research, the medical bay had transformed into a hub of constant activity. Holographic displays floated everywhere, showing human body systems in 3 dimensions. Zyvaneth barely slept, her excitement growing with each new discovery. "Dr. Choi," she called late one evening. Yuna hurried into the lab, finding the Cathari ambassador surrounded by glowing data streams. "Look at this pattern," Zyvaneth said, her skin a brilliant gold with excitement. "When humans exercise regularly, their bone density increases. Not just maintains, increases. Your bodies literally become stronger when challenged." She manipulated the hologram, showing microscopic bone structures. "Your osteoblasts create new bone tissue in response to physical stress. This is adaptive evolution at the cellular level." Yuna leaned in, studying the data. "We've always known this, but seeing it through your eyes makes it seem miraculous." Days blended together. The research revealed pattern after pattern of human adaptability. Zyvaneth documented how humans could survive altitude sickness, how their blood chemistry changed, how their bodies created more red blood cells to carry oxygen. "Your immune system is learning machinery," she told Dr. Park Jae-hwan during a scan session. "It remembers every enemy, adapts to new threats, even predicts possible future infections." She played recordings of various experiments. Human bodies exposed to radiation develop repair mechanisms. Exposed to new bacteria, create specific antibodies. Faced with extreme stress, release chemicals that enhance performance. But it was the connection between mind and body that amazed her most. "Your emotions affect your physical state," she explained to Dr. Lee Soo-jin during a late-night review session. "Fear increases heart rate, strength, reaction speed. Joy improves, healing. Stress can weaken immunity but also prepare the body for challenges." Soo-jin sipped her coffee. "We call it the mind-body connection. Ancient human philosophies understood it, but we're still learning the mechanisms." "It's not philosophical," Zyvaneth insisted, her antennae vibrating. "It's biological fact. Your thoughts trigger hormone releases. Emotions change blood flow. Mental states alter cellular behavior. You are integrated systems, not separated mind and flesh." Other discoveries followed rapidly. Humans could adapt to different gravities, varying atmospheres, extreme temperatures. Their bodies developed calluses to protect skin. adjusted metabolism for food scarcity, even changed sleep patterns based on environment. No wonder you reach the stars, Zivaneth mused one day. Your biology refuses to be limited by your birth world. But some crew members grew uneasy with her constant study. They whispered in corridors about her intense interest in their bodies. Captain Kim Minho addressed the concern during a staff meeting. She's a scientist studying a new species. We would do the same if the roles were reversed. It's more than scientific curiosity, muttered Ensign Han Ji-hun. She touches our skin, studies our movements like we're fascinating specimens in a lab. The breakthrough came when Zivaneth finally shared Cathari biological data. One evening, she gathered the senior staff to show her species scans. We must be honest with you, she began. Her skin shifted to pale blue, a sign of vulnerability they'd learned. Our species has limitations. The holographic display showed Cathari biology. Unlike humans, their organs were singular. One heart, one filtration organ, one respiratory system. No redundancy. More critical, she continued, is our sensitivity to certain radiation wavelengths. New displays appeared showing cellular breakdown. Even mild cosmic radiation causes permanent damage. We cannot repair, we cannot adapt. Dr. Lee stared at the data. That's why you rarely explore space directly. Yes, Zivaneth confirmed. Our ships must protect us completely. While you humans step outside in simple suits, even minimal exposure threatens our cellular integrity. But your technology is so advanced, said Yuna. Your energy manipulation, your communication systems. We evolved differently, Zivaneth explained. Where you adapted biologically, we developed technology. Our bodies stayed fragile. Our minds created solutions. Sujin's mind raced with possibilities. There might be patterns in human DNA that could help us understand radiation resistance, maybe even develop treatments for your people. Zivaneth's skin brightened to intense green. Hope. This is why we came, she admitted. Yes, scientific curiosity brought us initially, but learning you could survive what kills us. It became urgent. The research took new direction. Human resistance to radiation was studied intensely. They discovered humans had multiple DNA repair mechanisms, backup genes that activated during damage, even cellular sacrifice programs that prevented cancer spread. We're complementary species, Sujin announced during a breakthrough session. Your technology could enhance our space exploration. Our biological adaptability could solve your radiation problem. Zivaneth demonstrated Cathari energy manipulation, showing how they could direct power with precision, create shields, even influence matter at the quantum level. Imagine, she proposed, human adaptability combined with Cathari energy control. Space travel would transform. Your bodies could survive anywhere, protected by our shields. Our people could explore directly, healed by your repair mechanisms. The weeks of intensive study had revealed more than just biological facts. They'd uncovered a synergy between species, each strong where the other was weak. We really do need each other, Sujin concluded. Not just scientifically, but practically. Together we're stronger than either species alone. The end 4 weeks of non-stop research had worn everyone thin. Dark circles appeared under human eyes. Zivaneth's skin remained a constant blue-gray, the Cathari color for intense concentration. Then, on a quiet Tuesday morning, everything changed. Dr. Lee, everyone, come quickly! Zivaneth's voice echoed through the station with urgency. The senior crew gathered in the main lab. Holographic DNA strands floated in the air, highlighting specific sequences in bright yellow. I found something remarkable, Zivaneth began, her antennae trembling. Here in your human genetic code, I discovered patterns that match our theoretical models for cellular radiation repair. Dr. Lee Sujin leaned forward. Show us. The display zoomed into microscopic detail. These gene sequences produce proteins that repair DNA damage from radiation, not just slowly like evolution, but actively, real-time repair. Park Jae-won shook his head in wonder. We never understood these sections fully. We called them junk DNA for years. Not junk, Zivaneth corrected gently. Potential. Your bodies carry the genetic blueprint for what we desperately need. Her skin shifted to intense purple, the color of deep emotional impact. My people suffer from Carine syndrome, Our cells cannot repair radiation damage. Tumors grow, organs fail, millions die young. She manipulated the display, showing damaged Cathari cells alongside healthy human ones. But these human genetic sequences, if we can understand them, adapt them, we might cure Kirin syndrome. Captain Kim Minho felt the weight of the moment. You're saying human DNA could save your species? Yes, Zyvaneth whispered. Her usually confident voice cracked. When I came here, I sought scientific knowledge. I discovered something beyond price. Hope for my dying people. The implications spread quickly. Within hours, emergency communications crackled between Juno 5 and both Earth Command and the Cathari Collective. Admiral Park Daiho's stern face appeared on the main screen. Captain Kim, explain this situation clearly. An alien species wants access to human genetic information. Sir, Minho replied carefully, they want to understand our natural radiation resistance to help cure their disease. This could be the foundation of a beneficial alliance. Back on the Cathari homeworld, their Council of Elders received the news with mixed reactions. Some saw opportunity, others danger. Sharing biological secrets weakens us, argued Elder Thexari, his scales darkening with worry. For remaining vulnerable to Kirin syndrome weakens us more, countered Elder Voxani. This discovery could save generations. For 3 tense days, both species debated. Security concerns fought against humanitarian needs. Earth Command worried about alien access to human biology. Some Cathari feared dependence on another species. Zyvaneth spent those days refining her research. She worked alongside Dr. Lee and Park Jae-won, creating detailed proposals for medical collaboration. They designed safeguards, outlined protocols, developed ethical guidelines. We're not asking to take, Zyvaneth insisted during one late-night planning session. We're proposing to share. Your medical technology combined with our understanding could advance both species. The breakthrough came when Admiral Park reviewed the full research data. Captain Kim, he said during a secure transmission, this changes everything. They're not seeking weapons or strategic advantage. They're dying and we can help. The final presentation was arranged for maximum diplomatic impact. Representatives from both Earth and the Cathari Collective joined virtually. Zyvaneth and Captain Kim stood side by side at Juno 5's main conference room. Distinguished colleagues, Kim began, we stand at a crossroads of 2 civilizations, Zyvaneth continued, her skin shifting through rainbow colors of emotion. I came to study unique human biology. I found salvation for my people. Your bodies, these incredible human bodies, hold keys to curing Kirin syndrome. She displayed the genetic data, showing how human sequences could be adapted for Cathari use. This isn't exploitation. This is collaboration. My species' energy manipulation techniques could revolutionize your space travel. Your medical adaptability could save millions of Cathari lives. The room fell silent as both governments considered the implications. In my society, Zyvaneth added softly, we have a saying, the wisest rivers share waters with strangers. Today we ask to share scientific waters. Questions followed for hours. Security protocols were debated. Ethical boundaries were established. Medical oversight was discussed. Finally, the moment of decision arrived. Earth Command supports this alliance, announced Admiral Park, pending the establishment of joint research facilities and shared governance. The Cathari Council's holographic representatives nodded in agreement. The collective accepts these terms. Let our species grow stronger together. As the transmissions ended, Kim turned to Zyvaneth. The alien ambassador's skin glowed with colors he'd never seen before. Joy, relief, gratitude merged into a pattern of pure light. I came seeking knowledge, she repeated her earlier words. But now she added, I found hope for both our peoples in your remarkable biology. Together, we will heal not just bodies but bridge the stars themselves. In the days that followed, joint medical teams began forming. The first Cathari patients were scheduled for experimental treatments. Human Cathari research stations were planned. What began as scientific curiosity evolved into something larger, an alliance built on mutual need and respect. Zyvaneth's fascination with human biology had sparked not just medical breakthroughs, but the beginning of a true friendship between species. The end. The treaty signing ceremony filled Research Station Juno 5's main hall. Holographic projectors beamed the event across light years to both homeworlds. Human diplomats in formal attire mingled with Cathari representatives whose skins rippled with ceremonial patterns of silver and gold. Ambassador Chen Ji-hoon presented the document, a crystalline tablet that displayed text in both human and Cathari languages. The signatures would be biological, human DNA strands interweaving with Cathari energy patterns. Today, 2 species become allies, Chen announced. The Cathari-Human Medical Alliance begins now. Zyvaneth stepped forward first. Her antennae glowed as she pressed her hand to the tablet. Energy swirled from her palm, creating intricate patterns in the crystal. Captain Kim followed, adding his handprint. The tablet flashed, sealing the agreement. Celebration filled the station. Human crew members shared traditional food with visiting Cathari. Dr. Park Jae-won demonstrated human dances while Cathari performed light shows with their natural bioluminescence. But amid the joy, preparations for change continued. Dr. Lee Soo-jin packed medical supplies and research equipment in the cargo bay. Her assistant, Dr. Choi Yuna, helped organize the shipment heading to the Cathari homeworld. Remember, Yuna reminded her, their atmosphere has higher nitrogen content. The breathers we've developed should handle it. Soo-jin nodded, checking. Her sealed containers of human DNA samples. These precious vials would begin treatment trials for Carine syndrome patients. Meanwhile, Zyvaneth prepared for departure. Her ship, newly modified with human-designed radiation shielding, waited in the docking bay. She visited each crew member who had contributed to the research. "Thank you," she told Park Ji-woo, touching the lieutenant's arm gently. "Your initial scanner readings started everything." "Just doing my job," Ji-woo smiled. "Will you come visit us again?" "Of course. Scientific cooperation never ends." Zyvaneth's skin shifted to warm yellow. "And I've become rather fond of studying your remarkable bodies." The medical bay held special meaning. Equipment they'd shared now packed for transport to both worlds. Cathari medical devices that read energy signatures would help human doctors understand alien patients. Human diagnostic tools adapted for Cathari biology would travel the opposite direction. "The real work begins now," Jae-hwan observed, watching the equipment being catalogued. Theory becomes practice. Later that evening, the farewell ceremony gathered everyone on the observation deck. Stars stretched endlessly beyond the transparent wall. Captain Kim Min-ho raised a glass of water. Cathari couldn't process alcohol. To Ambassador Zyvaneth, "Your fascination with human biology brought our species together," Zyvaneth responded, her translator carrying emotion even mechanical voices couldn't fully express. "Your fascination saved my people. Human adaptability extends beyond physical responses. Your minds adapt, your spirits evolve. Your willingness to help strangers speaks of remarkable character." She turned to address everyone. "When I arrived weeks ago, I saw humans as biological puzzles to solve. Now I see friends, partners, beings whose bodies and beliefs both reach for the stars." After the speeches, smaller groups formed for private goodbyes. Zyvaneth found Dr. Lee preparing final research notes. "You'll be the first human on our homeworld," Zyvaneth remarked. "Are you prepared?" Soo-jin looked up from her tablet. "Prepared to learn. Your medical needs will teach us more about human adaptability. Every cure we develop will improve our understanding of our own biology. And we'll share everything we learn about energy manipulation," Zyvaneth promised. "Human space travel will advance generations in years." Outside, ships prepared for departure. The Cathari vessel had been modified with human-designed safety features. The human medical transport incorporated Cathari energy systems for faster travel. As dawn simulated across the station's viewport systems, final preparations completed. Zyvaneth stood at the airlock, her skin a tapestry of grateful emotions. She'd learned that certain color patterns had no human translation. Some gratitude was too deep for words. "Remember," she told Captain Kim during their final private moment, "science brought us together, But understanding between species requires more than data. Kim nodded. My crew will miss you. Juno 5 won't be the same without alien ambassadors expressing wonder at our thumbs. Ziva-Neth's antennae curled in the Cathari expression of amusement. Come visit. Experience what your biology enables on other worlds. See how human adaptability transforms when gravity changes, when air flows differently, when challenges require new solutions. The airlock sealed behind her. Through the station's sensors, everyone watched her ship depart. It moved with new confidence, human-designed. Shielding let it travel paths previously forbidden. Simultaneously, Dr. Lee's transport prepared for its journey. The medical team, 5 humans and newly appointed Cathari guides, represented the first official exchange program. They would spend 2 years establishing treatment protocols, training alien doctors, adapting human medicine for non-human biology. As both ships disappeared into calculated jumps across space, life on Juno 5 began adjusting to normal operation. But normal had changed. Contact protocols now included provisions for biological gifts. Medical bays expanded to accommodate non-human patients. Communication channels stayed open for real-time medical consultations across light years. Captain. Kim stood at his usual observation post, coffee in hand. The stars looked the same, but humanity's place among them had shifted. They were no longer alone in their biological uniqueness. Instead, they'd become teachers, healers, partners. His first officer, Park Jiwoo, joined him. Strange to think. This all started with Ziva-Neth's fascination with our bodies. Not strange, Kim replied. Perfect. Science begins with curiosity. Friendship starts with interest. Alliances form when each species offers what the other needs. Across the cosmos, a new chapter began. Human adaptability met Cathari technology. Biological wonder merged with energy manipulation. 2 species, so different in origin, found strength in combination, and somewhere in deep space, Ziva-Neth's ship carried more than scientific data. It transported hope, friendship, and the promise that curiosity and compassion could bridge any gap between stars and species. The end.